Hello my YouTube friends, today we're going to look at the Streamlabs widgets and how we can add them into OBS Studio. I'm going to look at every widget, tell you how it works, what it does, and how to put it in your live stream. So let's get to it. If you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks to help make you a better YouTuber, subscribe to the channel and click that bell so you know when we have new content that comes out. The first widget we're going to take a look at is the alert box. If you have all widgets selected, it's the top left one. When you first come into alert, you can see there are a lot of different alerts you can program. The radio buttons at the top allow you to set which one you want to use. If you scroll down a little bit, you see tabs. You have your general settings, but then you have donations, subscribers, members, super chats, and on and on. I'm going to select donations, and when I scroll through here, you can see I already have a custom widget set up in here. It has video and audio and the whole 9 yards. My subscribers has a custom widget as well. If we go over here to pledges, that's the first time we'll see a widget I haven't already set up. So this is what a standard widget's going to look like when you come in, and you can see it has the zombie alert and it has a zombie kind of audio thing there. You can adjust your sound volume. You can enable or disable custom CSS if you want to move your text around or something like that, depending upon the kind of widget you want. These are the kind of things you're going to change when you decide to create your own custom widgets. For just something like this though, you can just select the zombie widget, or you can go and change the image. There's all kinds of stock little GIF images that you can use. Once you get it all set up the way you want it, I uncheck all of these but one because I want to have individual widgets for each of these particular alerts. First, I'm going to start with the donation alert. I'm going to go and I'm going to copy that out. Now I'm going to flip over into my OBS Studio, and this is my normal overlay. I'm going to use my normal overlay. I've deleted all my widgets so I can show you how I add them in individually on my overlay. It'll help to really explain what each one of these does. So I'm going to click the plus in sources and I'm going to go to browser. Then I'm going to name my alert. This is going to be the donation alert. Now you're going to see the properties screen. The first thing we're going to do is paste that URL we just copied out of Streamlabs. Because I want this widget to be only donations, I'm going to take the donations equals 1, and everything after that I'm going to delete. That just guarantees that we're only going to be alerted for the donations here. If your widget has audio and you want to be able to control that audio via OBS, go ahead and click the Control Audio via OBS radio button. This would be if you added your own audio to a widget or something like that and you weren't sure about the levels. And I'm going to change the width of this. I don't need it to be 800. I'd rather it be around 600. But I'm going to try to keep the same kind of square going. So we're going to go 800 by 600. I want it set to 30 frames per second because that's what I stream at. And I'm going to hit refresh cache of current page down at the bottom just to make sure it clears out any data that might have been in there for any other widgets or anything like that. OBS does strange stuff. It's always good to just refresh the cache of the current page every time you add a widget. Then I'm going to click OK. Now I move the widget where I want it, and that looks pretty good. And I'm going to go back into Streamlabs, and I'm going to test this widget. So I just go right here, I click Test Donation, and I flip back over to OBS real quick, and boom, look at that. That worked fantastically. Now I'm going to go back into Streamlabs OBS. I'm going to grab the next widget that I want by selecting the radio button. This time we're going to do subscribers. I'm going to copy out that link, flip back over into OBS, click the plus below sources, go to browser. I'm going to name this one subscribers. Then I click OK. Here we are in the properties tab. I'm going to change this one once again to 600 by 400. I want all my alerts to be the same size. I'm going to paste that link in here, and then I'm going to delete everything after subscribers equal 1. If I want to control the audio via OBS, I want to make sure that's clicked. Then I'm going to go down here once again, refresh the cache for the current page, and click OK, and then move it into the position that I want it. Then I'll flip back over into Streamlabs OBS and test it. Click the Test Subscriber button, flip back over, and there we go. Another successful test. I'm going to add one more of these. I'm going to uncheck subscribers and check super chats. I'm going to copy that URL out of there, go back into my OBS, click the plus below sources, go to browser. I'm going to spell super chat horribly wrong. Now I'm going to change my width to 600 by 400. I'll paste that URL in here once again. I'm going to go ahead and remove everything after super chats so that it doesn't accidentally alert me for something I don't want to be alerted for. I'll scroll down to the bottom, click refresh cache of current page, click OK, move it into position, and then one more time I'm going to hop on over to Streamlabs OBS and test the super chat, and it works just fine. So we've got exactly what we're looking for as far as alerts. Let's try another widget. The next one I'm going to show you is going to be the chat box. The chat box allows you to put the chat messages on the screen so everyone can see them. You see the example here, and I can change the way that I want it to look. Boxed is kind of boxy. And you've got the Twitch one, which shows you all the icons and the emojis and that sort of stuff. Old schools, kind of an old gaming looking thing. And chunky is pretty much just that. It's a little on the chunky side. We're going to stick with clean. You can show moderator badges and subscriber badges. You see that here. You can change your background color. You can change your font size and all those other settings. If you want messages to disappear after a certain period of time, you can uncheck always show messages and then set the amount of time you want the messages to show. Once you're done configuring it the way you want it, you save the settings. I go up here and I copy this link out. Then I'm going to go back into OBS, click the plus, and go to Browser, and I'm going to add Chat to create new. Now we see the property window again. I'm going to change the width and height of the box because I already know what that width and height is because I created this overlay. So it's going to be 550 width and 530 height. This doesn't have any volume, so there's no need to control that. I just paste the link in that I just got from Streamlabs OBS, click refresh cache, and then I can move this into position exactly where I want it. And that's looking mighty good. Now during my stream, that's going to show my chat. It's going to be awesome. Unfortunately, there's no real way to test this particular one, so you just have to assume that it's going to come to plan. But if you do have problems with your chat not showing up in your stream, believe me, I've had this happen a couple of times. What you can do is log out of Streamlabs and then log back in just to make sure it registers, and then it will go out and check and see your live streaming, and then your chat should show up. If your chat doesn't immediately show up after this, go ahead and remove it and then re-add it with the link, and then it should show up. The next widget we're going to take a look at is the donation goal. This is pretty straightforward. If you want to put a goal bar on your screen that tells folks what you're trying to collect from a donation perspective, this is the perfect thing to use. You can see I already have some goals in here, but I'm going to end that goal and show you how to set this up. You just put in your title for your goal, whatever it happens to be. Then you put your goal amount in. If you want to start with a certain amount, you're welcome to. Since I've already had donations this month, I'm going to put some in. Then you put the date that you want this particular goal to end, and then you click Start Goal. Now you're going to see up next to Manage Goal there's a Settings tab, and I'm going to kind of go over the Settings tab later, but essentially you could change all the settings about your bar, the font, the text height, the bar height, all that sort of stuff. If you go into Settings, you can change that up. Once you're finished editing everything, you want to click Start Goal. Then you want to go up to the top and copy out your URL using the copy. Then we're going to go back into OBS, click the plus in Sources, go to Browser. We're going to call this one Goal. Click OK. Back in the Properties window, I'm just going to paste that link that we just copied out of Streamlabs. Scroll down to the bottom, refresh the current cache, and then move this into the position that I want it. And to resize it, I'm just going to drag these corners, and there we go. I want this to be above the chat box that I already placed. I'm going to check that, and everything looks good. So let's go back into Streamlabs and see what's next. I'm going to click All Widgets, and we're going to go into the Event List widget next. I can select different ones. You can see in Enable Events, we can do donations, subscribers, members, super chats, pledges, or merch. And really all there is to this is you just select the kind of look you want for these, and it will scroll these up whenever one of them happens. It's pretty cool. It'll scroll a maximum number of events based on max events. You can select your font size, your animation speed, the fade time. You can flip these. all kinds of cool stuff. All you have to do is copy out that link and paste it into your OBS in order to use it. I'm going to show you how to use Streamlabs. This is a really powerful tool. So this is an application that you install on your machine. It's going to give you an opportunity to read text files based on the things that are happening on your channel or your live stream. So go ahead and download and install Streamlabs and let me show you what it looks like. So here we go. Here's Streamlabs opened up for us. And what this does is it tells us all the different activities that are going on our channel. But the beautiful thing about this is it saves those events into a text file to make it really easy to put on our screen. You can see you can change your master alert volumes and all that sort of stuff right in the little announcement button. You can actually mute these, and this little button right here is the event filters button. What it does is it's going to allow us to select which events are important to us. So we want donations, subscribers, and super chats. We're not really worried about any of this other stuff. So we select those. Up at the top you've got your settings menus. Allows you to set up the donation train. Next to that you've got the folder menu. This tells you where your text files are being saved to. So if we go into those text files, let me kind of show you the sort of information that you have. You've got monthly top donors, weekly top donors, most recent donor, most recent sponsor, most recent subscriber. And if you open up one of these, you can see it's just a text file. It lists the name of a person and what they did right in there. Super easy. So here's what we're going to do. You can see on my overlay I have last subscriber, top donation, and last donation. So we're going to go to sources, click the plus, and go to text free type. Then what we're going to do is we're going to name it. This one's going to be called last sub. We're going to click OK. Now I want to select the font, and of course this is the font that's going to show up on the screen, so I'm going to use the same font I used for everything else. That one happens to be Aldo the Apache. Then I'm going to select the size of the font that I want to use. 64, who knows. We can resize this once we get it in there. We want to select read from file. Then I'm going to browse and I'm going to select the text file that I want this to get its information from. In this case we're going to use sessions most recent YouTube subscriber. And we're going to click open. And there we go, we see that. Now I'm going to change the color of my font, and we're going to select this little blue color here. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to copy out that, and I'm going to paste it in the second one so we don't have the gradient text, because sometimes that's a little hard to read. We can put an outline and a drop shadow on this if we like. Click OK. And there you go, you just resize it up, put it where you want it. I don't really like the outline or the drop shadow, so I'm going to remove that. And now we're going to add our top donation. So I click the plus under sources, go to add a text, type in top donator at the top, then I'm going to select my font and choose my font size. Now I'm just going to paste that color in there again, and I'm going to go into the browse and search for the text file that I'm looking for my top donor. Once I find it, I click on it, and then I can go back here and click OK. Now I just need to move that top donor into the correct spot. Then the last one we're going to do is last donations. Click the plus in sources, select text, set our font. You have to select read from file. Then we're going to go to browse and we're going to select the file we want it to read from. In this case it's going to be our last donation. And once we find it, we click OK. I'm going to go in here and paste the color from my font. Click OK and then resize that baby up. Now I'm going to resize all of these. And that looks pretty good. Now the one thing you need to be aware of is sometimes these don't update immediately. If you're having any problems, you just go into Streamlabs and you click this little refresh. It'll restart the session and you can see that it will update all the information. Next we're going to go back into Streamlabs. We're going to select all widgets again. And the next one I'm going to talk about is Media Share. This one's pretty cool. It allows users to pay to add a video clip or something like that to your stream. You can set it to a price per second, a minimum amount for a share, like $5, the max duration that any share can be. You can prioritize donations based on users or something like that. Buffer time is the amount of time that it will actually save up before it starts to play so that you don't have to worry about it buffering and being all choppy. Spam security, this is pretty important. It does tell you specifically how this works in the little notes below. and you can set this to your appropriate comfort level if you decide to use it based on the kind of people that you have in your live stream. You really don't want them showing anything that's completely inappropriate, but at the same time, isn't that sometimes the fun of it? You can have it show your progress bar, and you can set the colors and all that stuff on those particular things. You can also set certain media to be banned, and when you do ban it, it will show up right here in the Hide Banned Media. Once you're finished, you just click Save Settings at the bottom. By default, Media Share is disabled. You can see it says Media Share is currently disabled. All you have to do to enable it is go up to the top right, click Enable. Then all you have to do to add it to your stream is click the copy, and go ahead and paste it into your browser source again and make it the right size for you, and you're all set. People can start paying to play media right on your stream. We're going to go back into all widgets, and I'm going to show you the next one. The viewer count. This is a cool one. You can add a viewer count to your stream so your viewers and you know exactly how many people are on it. You can do all three at once, Twitch, YouTube, and Mixer if you're streaming to 3 locations at the same time. I only stream to YouTube, so that's the one I'm going to select here. But you can change the font size and the weight, the text color, all of those cool things. I'm going to go ahead and select YouTube, save it at the bottom, click Copy, and then I'm going to flip back over into OBS, click the plus under Sources, select Browser. I'm going to call this one Viewers, and then in Properties, I'm going to paste that link in there that we just copied out of Streamlabs. I'm going to refresh the cache, click OK, and now I'm going to move this to where I want it to be. Now let's go back into Streamlabs and check out another widget. The next widget we're going to take a look at is the tip ticker. This allows you to have all the tips or donations or something like that comes through on your stream to scroll along a ticker. You can set the text speed to fast or slow or however you want it. You're able to change the font up. There's some pretty cool fonts in here. Change the font size, the font weight, all that sort of thing. In fact, you can even enable custom HTML and CSS, and you can put in other fonts that you want. Once you're finished setting it up exactly how you want it, you save the settings, you go up to the top, you copy that URL, you go back into OBS, select your browser source, and paste it in the Properties window, and that's what you're going to get, a really cool scroll. Let's go back into all widgets, and we'll check out the next one. I'll show you what it does. We're going to look at the subscriber goal. This works pretty much exactly like the donation goal for the month. It's just for subscribers. And here I'm going to show you the settings window. When you go into the settings window, you can change your text color, your background color, the bar color, and all of the other things. How thick you want your bar to be. All those things are customizable. And the manage goal works exactly like the donation goal does. You just copy this out, go to sources, click browser, paste it in the properties, and it'll show up exactly like the donation goal, except for it is the subscriber goal. Next, I'm going to show you one of my absolute favorite widgets. This one is called the jar. And essentially, people can donate to your stream and little coins fall into this jar. You can see you can enable different events, tips and donations, YouTube subscribers, YouTube sponsors, or YouTube super chats. Usually I keep donations and super chats and sometimes subscribers checked. It depends how active folks are at subscribing to my channel. Then you can go down here and change up all the color of the coins that are going to drop into the cup, and you can even select what cup you want. Very, very cool stuff. Once you select everything, you just click Save Settings. Once you have it set up exactly how you want, click Copy on this link, go back into OBS. Then I want to click the plus under Sources, go to Browser. I'm going to call this one Jar. Click OK. Then I'm going to paste the URL into the browser source. I'm not going to resize this one. I'll just click refresh and OK. Now I can just move it where I want it, and I can resize it from there. Got this nice beer stein. It's pretty big. You can see all my old coins come falling back in there. It's raining coins. Woo! Alright, so now I can test it by clicking Test Tips and Donations back in OBS. If I flip over, you see now both my alert widget is working, but also the coin jar is working. And this one's a lot of fun to play around with. Your audience is really going to like this one. Let's go back into Streamlabs and see what the next widget is. We're going to select All Widgets. There's a StreamBoss widget here, which I don't have a lot of familiarity with. So it's a good chance that you might know more about it than I do. I'm not going to cover it here just because I don't want to tell you something that's not true. Let's move on to the end credits. This one is super cool. I really like this. You can roll this at the end of your stream and it will tell your entire audience who's subscribed during your stream, who's donated, who's done a super chat. Really, really cool stuff. You can set your theme so it's different. You can use like the Star Wars crawler or other sorts of crawlers. You can change the title from credits to whatever you want. You can also change the credit subtitle, which is cool. You can change your font size, and you can change what you want to be announced in your credits. So subscribers, members, donations, and super chats, or whatever you want. You can change the name of those that show up on the screen. You can decide to loop your credits if you like. You can set the delay time that they roll and the roll time or roll speed. If you set roll time, that means that you can set your credits to finish in a certain amount of time. No matter how many you get, it's going to move that fast. So if you plan to just kind of roll over to your credits, do 30 or 40 seconds, and then log off, well, you just set that time to whatever time you want, and it's going to roll the credits that fast. Once you're done setting this up the way you want it, you want to make sure that you click Save at the bottom. Then you go back up to the top, click the copy link. We're going to go back into OBS. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new scene. I'm going to click plus, and I'm going to call this scene Credits. And I'm going to go into that scene. I'm going to click the plus below Sources and select my browser plugin. I'm going to call this one Credit Scroll, and I'm going to paste my link in there and make sure that I refresh it. And I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to check Refresh Browser when scene becomes active. That way, if I accidentally click on it and click off real quick, when I go back in, it's going to start it from the very beginning, which is always nice. Now I'm going to go back into Streamlabs and I'm going to click Test Roll Credits. And there we go. Very, very cool. I really like the roll credits. I think that one's a lot of fun. Let's go into all widgets. The next one we're going to take a look at is the sponsor banner. This one's really great. If you have some folks that sponsor your live stream, it's really easy to put a group of images in your live stream that represent your sponsors. You can set the image duration that you want each image to be shown, and you just click the plus to add an image. You can add whatever image you want and as many images as you want. You can set your widget hide duration and your widget show duration. So basically what that means is once it shows the widget, it's actually going to be hidden for a minute or 2 minutes or however long you set. And the widget duration should only be a certain period of time in length so that you don't have it going all the time. Now we're going to go ahead and click copy. We're going to go back into our main. We're going to click this plus. We're going to click browser. We're going to call it sponsor. Then I'm going to paste that browser source in here. You can see the first one shows up and then it just starts scrolling through. Alright, let's go back into Streamlabs and select another one. Go to all widgets and we're going to select the member goal. Shockingly enough, member goal works exactly like donation goal and subscriber goal. So you're not going to notice any difference here. You copy it out and paste it in your stream just like all the others. Back into all widgets, we're going to go to the spin wheel. This is pretty cool if you're going to do a giveaway on your stream. It's easy to set up. Up at the top, you pick your categories and the colors you want for those categories. Then when you scroll down, you can do the section weights. For each section of the wheel, you can have a number of things that you want on it. Your result template can be all set up and all that kind of stuff. Once you have it set up the way you want it, you just save the changes. You go to copy. So you just click the plus under sources, go to browser. I'm going to type in wheel, paste it in here, click OK. There we see our wheel. You can spin the wheel by clicking spin the wheel over here in Streamlabs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a white background behind this so that we can see it a little better. Give you a little idea of the more detail. I'm not sure I like the color scheme they chose, but you can choose any color you want. The Tiltify donation goal is the same as any other donation goal. It just uses the Tiltify. So the last one we're going to take a quick look at is the poll. This one's freaking awesome. You can set up a poll for your live stream. People can vote while they are on your live stream. You can set up all kinds of options and the fonts and all that sort of stuff. You can set it so it's a thin bar, and you can also show the closed poll if you want your viewers to be able to see the results. Now you can see here at the top it says please enable CloudBot and create a poll profile to use this widget. So let's go into CloudBot. We're going to go into polls and we're going to add a poll. We're going to title this Bacon is Good. In options, we're going to click yes. And for command, you can put anything you want in here. This is going to be the command that your viewers have to use in order to vote. So we'll put A, and you can see it just sets it up as exclamation vote space A. And no, we're going to select Z, and we're going to add that in there. And then when you go into advanced, you can see you can set the user timer, the duration for your poll, and chat notifications that you want to let the person know that they voted, all that kind of stuff. So once we're finished with that, we're going to click OK. And we're going to go back into poll. We're going to save the settings, and we're going to copy out our poll. We're going to come over here, and we're going to go to the plus under sources, click browser. We're going to call this one poll. We're going to paste it in there. Now we're going to size it up the way we want it. We're going to go back into CloudBot, go to polls, and we're going to click start poll. Now when we go back into OBS, you can see the poll is started. People are free to vote. If you're interested in learning how to create your own custom widgets with Streamlabs, check this video out right here. And if you're always looking for tools, tips, and tricks that can help make you a better YouTuber, subscribe to the channel. My name is Michael Fire Jr. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.